Okay. Okay, keep it this one in the side. Okay. Okay. I started recording, right? Fine. So, good evening, all of you, and good morning. And you know what? It's a very important session. I think so. Jay and Sunny, only few people are joined. I don't know what happened for this. Okay, but we have to start over. We need to continue our session. Okay, and so let's make a small heading. It's a Python control statements. Is it clear? So we would like to go for understanding the Python control statements. So before we start understanding of this particular control statements, here I have some questions and you guys need to answer for these questions. Okay, my first question is, what is hello Anjan Garu, this is Vamsi. Sorry, I'm leaving the class for 10 minutes. I'm in temple. Sorry, no problem. I think it's a festival, right? Okay. Yeah. So what is statements? The first thing is that we need to go for understanding the statement. Okay. So who will go for answer for this particular question? You already know this particular point. Sunny, can you please answer it?
What is statement?
Yeah. So statement means it's a very simple thing. It's an instruction. Okay. But this is the instruction. It can be executable. So can be executable. Okay. So whatever the statement, just keep it this one in the top and keep it this one in the top of it. Let's make it here. Okay, yeah, fine. So let's go for understand what is statement. Statement means an instruction can be executable in a program that we are calling it same statement, right? So my question is, what is program now? What is program? At least can me answer for these questions? What is
Collection of
program?
statements.
Yeah,
Collection of statements.
one by one. Okay, collection of statements. These need your systems. Okay, collection of statements to do any one of the specific tasks, right? By CPU or by machine or by computer, right? Now I have a question now, how the program can be executed. My next question is, what is the flow of execution of the program? What is the flow of execution of the program? Execution of the program. Let me consider I have a program which is having the some number of statements. Guys, can you please meet your systems? So I have some statements here. Okay, so here this is my statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, 5 and 6, right? So when we have some statements from top to bottom, so it will go for execution for statement. Once the first statement execution is completed, then it will be go for the second one, then it will be go for third one, then it will be go for fourth one, then it will be go for fifth one and sixth one, and so on, end of your program or end of the statement. Okay, this is the way the program can be executed. Simply, the statement you can write in such a way, the flow of execution of the program is, it could be statement by statement, statement by statement. Is it clear or not? Is this my point is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now here the concept is, here the my concept is control statements, right? Then what is the use of the control statements? So you know already the meaning of the statement and where we are using the statement also, you know it, right? So now control statements, in the sense statements can be executable, right? Or the program can be executable, right? The program, it might be consisting some kind of executable instructions, right? So when we have a control statements, now what we will do, we can change the flow of execution. The standard flow of execution of the program is, it's a line by line or statement by statement. But with help of the control statements, we can change the flow of execution of the program. Flow of execution of the program. Okay, that exactly the control statements will do it. Clear? Clear or not? For example, you have some statements in such a way. Now what I want to do, so this particular portion of statements, I don't want to be execute. Okay, for example, same portion of statements I want to repeat it. Once that particular statements group was done, again I want to repeat it. Okay, and so this kind of situations, the control statements will help you. Usually the flow of execution of the program is, it's a line by line, right? But unfortunately what we are doing, after execution of some statements, again we're executing the same statements. Okay, or else we're skipping some execution of the statements. So this is the control statements will perform actually. So if you have that kind of if you want to do that kind of operations, so that we can do with help of the control statements. Clear? There are different kind of control statements are there. From that one, the first one is conditional statements. Conditional statements. Second one is looping statements. The first one is conditional statements, second one is looping statements, and third one is what? Control keywords. So we have some kind of control keywords are there. So with help of those particular keywords, we can change the flow of execution of the conditional statements, again looping statements also. Okay, clear? Clear or not? Now let's go for understanding one by one. Side heading, conditional statement. Conditional statements. So what exactly you know about conditional statements? See, conditional statements, in the sense you already know that statements means it can be executable, right? See, the statements of execution was depending on the condition. So usually statements can be executable. By default, it can be executable. But if you want to be execute that particular statement, we have to satisfy that particular condition, or might you not to be you could not satisfy the conditional structure. That kind of situations we have it. Okay. So conditional statements means is a very simple thing. The statement execution is depending on the condition, is depending on whom? Depending on the condition, right? So whatever the statements you want to be execute, whether a single statement or group of statement, it doesn't matter. Okay, so those particular group of statements or single statement, if you want to be execute, first of all, it might be depending on the condition. That particular statements, we're calling it same conditional statements. Again, from the conditional statements, we have the four type of conditional statements are there. The first one is the simple if. Second one is the if and else. Third one is the elif ladder. Last but not least, which is the nested if. Okay, these are the four conditional statements. These are the four type of conditional statements we have it. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go for understanding one by one again. Okay, so side heading simple if. Let's talk about the simple if. Okay, simple if means a very simple thing actually. Let me consider you have some statements. Okay, so maybe that particular group of statements it can performing one particular task. Okay, so you have some task or else you have some kind of group of statements. What I told you actually, conditional statements means this statement execution is depending on the condition, right or not? Let me consider this is one condition, this is one condition. The statement execution is depending on the condition. Okay, for example, this is the condition will be checking by a keyword. The name of the keyword is if, and this is the if keyword which is checking the condition. Okay, if the condition is true, then the task can be executed. After execution of this particular task, then it will be out of that particular block. Okay, simply you can say the block, the condition, the simple if can be stops. Clear? The simple if execution statement can be stops when all statement execution is done. Let me consider if my condition is false. If my condition is false, then what happens? It will be directly go for the stop statements. Is it clear? So this is the simply a flowchart of the simple if. If you are not understood this particular flowchart, then I can explain one more time. Can you please tell me? Guys, did you got my point or not? Simple if.
Yes.
So here, this is my group of statements. This statement execution is simply depending on the condition. If and only if my condition is satisfied, then it will be executing this particular task. Otherwise, simply it will be ignores the statement's execution. Okay, this kind of flowchart we can write in a syntax. That means we have to follow that particular syntax only. Okay, so we have to follow this particular syntax. Can you please, what is the syntax for this one? I already told you, right? We have the if, and the if which is followed by the condition. So the condition can be anything, so based upon the task or based upon the situation. Okay, so we have to implement the condition yourself, and whenever you want to be write this kind of blocks, okay, so make sure that you should use the colon symbol. Okay, so make sure guys, if you're not using this kind of colon symbols, you might be getting an error. Okay, when you are using this particular block symbol or colon symbol, then whatever the statements you want to write in this particular group, then you should give you some space, and then we can start writing our statements. This is my statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, statement 5. Okay, this all statements you should write inside of the this particular block, and make sure that the first statement, how many number of spaces we have it, same number of spaces should be followed for the rest of the statements in that particular block. Okay, so here above also you might have some statements, and below also you might have some statements. Okay, but here this is the portion of, see, the statement execution one by one, right? First statement done, second statement done, third statement is done, right? So when the fourth statement was trying to be executing, here if is checking the condition. If condition is true, then without any change in the control statements or without changing of the execution, the rest the task can be executed. After that one, it will execute the statement out of that particular block. Okay, let me consider here the condition was false. When the condition is false, whatever the statements we have it won't be executed directly. What is the statement we have it exactly below the if, that particular statements can be start execution. Okay, This is the statements can be executed even condition is false, even condition is true. But this particular middle of the block, whatever we have it, it can be executed if and only if the condition is true. Otherwise, the statements what we are returning inside of the block, it won't be executed. Guys, if you have any kind of questions regarding about this particular simple if, please let me know. I would like to try to explain one more time. Jai Kishore Prasad Sunny,
No, sir, it's clear.
clear, right? Okay. Now let's do a small program without using the program, I mean Jupyter notebook and everything. I just want to write that particular program, and the same thing we can try to be execute in the computer itself. And I just want to explain that how that particular program has been executing. Okay, so write a program, write a program, write a program, write a program for find the area of square when side is multiple of both 3 and 5. Okay, see here my task is that finding the area of the square. Is it clear or not? But this area, if you want to be execute, which is depending on the side. Okay, the side is whether the multiple of both 3 and 5 or not, that is the condition. If the side is, if and only if it is the divisible or multiple of 3 and 5, then only I would like to go for find the area of the square. Is this my question is clarified or not?
Yes.
Yes.
First, this is my square, and let me consider here I have a side is 20. Okay, so this is also 20, and this is also 20, and this is also 20. Can you please tell me, is it possible to find the area of the square?
Yes.
How?
No, sorry,
No.
no.
No,
It's not
because of,
multiple of 3.
yes, it's not multiple of both 3 and 5, which is just multiple of only 5, not with 3. Okay,
Yes.
so that means how can you how should I find that one? How can you know this one, how it is divisible with 3 as well as 5? Because of the 20 we are division with the 3, right? First you're trying to be division with 3. So 3 3 6 yes, how much? It's 18. So remainder is 20. Here the remainder is not 0, so that so which is not multiple of 3. Okay, so which is not divisible with 3. For example, so you have the division with 5, then 4 times, right? 2 5 just 20, and the remainder is how much? 0. Okay, so here the remainder is 0, here the remainder is not 0. That means if the 20 which is only multiple of 5, not with 3, so that I can't find the area. Then how you can check with the coding? So I already told you and keyword, right? What is the use of the and keyword? If the first condition is satisfied, then only it will be go for second condition, right? That means both conditions has been satisfied, then only the overall result could be the true. The overall condition can be returns the true. That's the reason whatever the side I have it, which was trying to be division with the 3, if we equal to when it is the remainder, I want to find the remainder. For finding the remainder, we can use the percentile symbol, right? So yes is my side of the square. Yes, percentile of 3 equal to 0, and meanwhile yes, percentile of 5 equal to 0. So if this is the condition, this is the overall condition, that means if s is 20 percentile of 3, so the remainder is 2 equal to 0. No, condition is false. Once the first condition is false, it doesn't matter what could be the second one, right? it can be written the first one only, right? First one was written as the false, so that it can be the entire condition was written as the false. Once the condition is false, as for my flowchart, if the condition is false, then whatever the task you want to be write it, that it won't be executes. Clear? Clear or not? So here
Yes.
the my
Yes.
condition
Yeah.
is not satisfied, so that whatever you are finding the area inside of it, it won't be executes. So this is the thing I want to be write as a program. So for that one, we can able to go for you. We just go for open the Anaconda Navigator. Okay, so just launch it. Yeah. So you have to go to your specific location. So not one, Krishna and Vamshi, and I would like to start with the control statements, right? Just a minute. For 2022 and Python control statements. Okay. So here my question is, write a program. What is my program? Write a program. Find the area of square when side is multiple of both what it is 3 and 5. Clear? So first I should take the side of the, I just want to take the side of the square, enter side. Okay, so enter, you are going to be entering the side. So if my side, which is percentile, so if is the keyword which is strictly checking the condition, so you should write the condition inside of the if only. So percentile of 3 equal to 0, and this keyword we should use it because of we have to go for checking the both the condition, which is go for multiple of both 3 and 5 or not. Okay,
Yes.
if percentile of 5 equal to 0, if these two conditions are satisfied, then what we will do, we are going to be finding the area of the square. So what is the formula for the area of the square? It's a power of 2, right? So you are going to be printing the area. So just print the area of the square is, so just variable of the area, you can print it. So you just write some statements outside of the if. So for example, let me write some statement as a by. Okay, so here my side is 20. If my side is 20, the condition is false. If we strictly checking this condition, so the first condition is only false, so that the entire condition was returns the false. If the condition of if is false, whatever the statements we have it inside of the if, it won't be executes. Okay, I already told you, when you're writing the block, we should use the colon symbols. Okay, when you started with colon symbol, the statements, it must have the same number of spaces on each statement in the particular block. Clear? Clear or not? So here you are not able to finding the area because of the side it is not satisfying the condition. So next I would like to go for enter the 15. So 15 is the multiple of 3 as well as 5, right? So that which is finding the area is 225. Clear? But in the both situation, by statement was executed or not? That
Yes.
means whatever the statements we written after the if, that statements can be executes if the condition is fail or even the condition is true. So can you please note this example? That right? Mhm. Any questions? Next one is write a program, find the area of the square. So you're going to be finding again area of the square only when side is divisible or multiple of either 3 or 5, any one of it. So it must be multiple of either 3 or 5, any one. Okay, either it has to multiple of 3 as well as, or else either it is multiple of 5. Then that particular situation we are going to be finding the area of the square. Same program, I'm not modifying anything, but I'm just modifying
Got
the condition. So in place of and, we just use the or keyword. Okay, so here if I enter the 20, so 20 is multiple of 5, not with the 3. So even that situation also you're finding the area of the square. For example, you enter the number is 9. So 9 is the, or 18 is the multiple of 3, not with 5. Even this situation also it was executed, or it was finding the area. For example, you just enter the number is 17. 17 is not multiple of 3 and not multiple of 5. So this situation, so which is not finding the area of the square. Clear? Clear or not? So when we are implementing this particular conditions, and whatever operator we learned in the last week, those things only we are using, right? Nothing, I'm not using any new thing, right? Yes or no? So equal to, percentile symbols, stars and everything. So or keyword and keyword. So these things only we are going to be using it. Can you please execute this particular program as well? Done. Okay, next one, write a program, find the, write a program for eligible of, eligible for promotion. Okay, so you should go for write the, you just need to go for eligible of promotion. So how can you know that promotion means what? So when we are number of years of experience can be increases, maybe you're willing to promote as a, promote as project manager. Okay, see, so you would like to go for promote as a project manager, then how it is possible? So you would like to go for enter the number of years. So every company having, they're having some kind of standard procedures, right? So enter years of experience. So if the guy is having the more than 20 years, then that guy is eligible for the, okay, or 15 years or 12 years or whatever it is. Okay, so just consider one specific number of years of experience. Okay, so if that guy is, if that guy is I mean if experience, number of years of experience is, okay, significant, then that guy is eligible for the promotion, right? So if the experience is, it's a more than or equal to 12 years, when the guy is having the more than 12 years, then you're eligible for the, it's all about the vacancy as well. But you know, but you are eligible or not? That's my question. Congrats. Congrats. You are eligible for PM position. PM means not prime minister, it's a project manager. Okay. So here, for example, if you enter the 10, 10 is not more than the more than or equal to 12, so that you're not promoted as the project manager. Still, you are the team lead or team member as only. Okay. So this is a small condition. So depends upon the situation, or this is the task. You should write the task, that logic we should write inside of the block only. But the particular block, if you want to be executes, make sure that you should write the proper condition. The condition, if you want to write it, make sure that you should have a good knowledge, good logical knowledge, then only you can able to write the condition. Otherwise you won't write the condition. It's not possible. Also, even you write, it won't be work in a proper way. Okay. Clear? So now here we have one more concept that could be the if and else. Previously you are just understood the only if, right? So when we are talking about the if and else, what is mean that if and else? Previously we seen only one task, right? So one task which is depending on the only one condition, that it could be the simple if. Now I am talking about the if and else. When I'm talking about if and else, so here you may have the task 1 and you may have the task 2. So this both tasks are depending on the same condition. So here the condition is only one. Okay. So depending on the condition, so here the task 1 and task 2 both are depending on the condition only. So but from this particular two tasks, it can be executed only one task only one task. So which is the condition is satisfied, then that particular corresponding task can be executed. Okay. Only one task can perform, not both. So we have a two conditions are there. We have a two program. You have a two programs, or you're planning for two programs usually. Okay. But at a time you will attend only one program, right? Yes or no? So you have a two options, you have a two programs in the same time. Then that particular situation, so which program you will attend? So which is the more beneficial for you, then that particular person you will attend that particular program, right or not? Is it clear or not? See, we have two tasks are there, or we have two programs, and you need to visit the and we need to meet the two persons. Okay, let me consider in such a way. There is the two, you have to meet the two persons. This is you, and you need to meet the two persons. This is person 1 and person 2. Okay, but the time is the time is crossed here. Okay, the time is same. So at a time we have to meet only either person 1, either person 2. So we have two options. This time we have to meet only one person. Then how you do actually? Okay, so from this particular two persons, which is the person is very close to you, and that means what, you have some kind of conditions, right? We have some kind of restrictions, right? So which is a person can be accepted your all conditions or restrictions, then you'll go for meet that particular condition or that particular person or not. In the same way, here we have a condition. So this condition, which is depending by the both the tasks, either task 1 and task 2. So these two tasks are depending on the same condition, but from this particular two tasks, it can be performing only one. That particular situation, you would like to go for the if and else. Would like to go for the if and else. So how we can do the if and else here? How we can do the if and else here? Okay. So for example, this is my task 1. So I just write the first syntax, flowchart, then after I can write the syntax. This is my task 1, it might having some kind of group of statements. This is my task 2. and it is having some kind of group of statements. Okay, here we have a condition. I already told you this both tasks are depending on the same condition. Okay, so this is the condition which is given by you, that means your if. So if is the keyword which is having the condition and followed by the two tasks. Okay, so if the condition was checking by the if it is returns the true, if it is returns the true, then the task can be executed. Then after, it simply stops your program. Okay, that means it is go for the out of the if and else. So for example, if condition is false, if some situation, if condition is false, if condition is not met, so then that particular situation, it will be go for the task one actually. Okay, if the condition is false, then you should write the task one inside of the else block. So if the task one execution or else block execution is done, then it will be go for out of that particular if. Simply this particular flow chart which you might write in such a way: if followed by the condition. Okay, and you should write the task one here. Okay, and it may have some kind of statements, and you should write exactly the else, exactly the below of it. So else is the block, and here also you might have some kind of statements that you can write as the task number 2. Okay, let it be confirmed this is the task 1, then it can be task 2, just for sake of understanding. So here what happens, first statement by statement it is executing. By the time of we got the if, and if is followed by the condition. If condition is true, then if condition is true, then this is the task can be executed. By the time whatever the statements we have it inside of the else, it won't be executes, and then after what exactly the statements we have it, those particular statements can be executed. Okay, this is happen. For example, again statement is statement being executing. By the time of if is checking the condition, let me consider condition was false. If my condition is false, whatever the statements we have it, it won't be executed. Okay, then whatever the statements we have in inside of the else, those statements can be executed. Okay, if all statement execution is done, then what statements we have it outside of the else, those statements can be executed. Here before the if and after the else, what are the statements we have it, it can be executed even condition is false. But from here, from this both, it will execute only one, depends upon the condition. Is it clear or not? Is this clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so let me write a same program for just for understanding the concept. Okay, now write a program, find the area of square. So I am giving very small program just to understanding the syntax, guys. Write a program, find the area of square when side is multiple of both 3 and 5. Okay, otherwise find the perimeter. So we have two options, right? So either we can able to go for find the perimeter, either you can able to go for find the square, sorry, perimeter, either you have to go for find the area. But here the perimeter and the area, so both are depending on the same condition. The condition is side is multiple of both 3 and 5 or not. If a number which is divisible with both 3 and 5, then I have to go for find the area, otherwise I would like to go for find the perimeter. Clear? So we just consider the input from the user, enter side of square, then I have to go for checking the condition. Here the condition is same, but logic was different. Previously condition was changed, but task is same, right? 0 and s percentile of 5 equal to 0. If both situation the condition is true, then I would like to go for find the area. So how should I find the area? It's a power of 2. So I would like to go for print the area. So if you want to print the area, we can use the area variable. Let me consider the number, it not might be not divisible with 3 or might be not divisible with 5. That particular situation, I would like to go for execute the else block. Whatever you're writing inside of the else block, that particular statements can be executed. 4 into s. This is my perimeter formula, right? So perimeter formula. So fine. So this is the way we can write some statement outside of the if and else. So let me consider this is my by statement. So here the 12th statement can be executed even condition is true, condition is false. Even fifth statements on also can be till fifth statements can be executed or till before the if can be executed. What statements we written it, right? But here we have a condition. If this condition is true, then this is the portion of statements can be executed. That time it won't be executed and 12th statement can be executes. Okay, so now we are entering the, for example, 17 or for example 15 is divisible with both 3 and 5, right? This situation we are finding the area. For example, you can enter the 20 is also divisible with both 3 and 5, right? So that's the reason, sorry, which is
Only 5.
divisible with only 5, not with 3. So that's the reason we are not finding the area, we are just finding the perimeter. Okay, so here we have a two options, if and else. So if might having task 1, else is might having the task 2. So from this particular 2 task, it can be executed only 1. Note this example. I hope you guys are done. So that's for today's session. And I would like to send you this recording. Once it is converted into the recording, then I can upload it. Okay. And tomorrow we have a same time. Let's talk about uh, if elif later and nested if, those statements will come later. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.